What's cracklin', everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing Kashi Simply Raisin. I think at this point, we've done all the other Kashi cereals. Highlights with like the Go series, got a C, but a bunch of them got a D, including pretty much all of the biscuit type ones, like this. We're in that D category, so seems like a decent starting spot for this one. But then also, it's raisin. Not a huge fan of raisin, especially in my cereal. There have been some like decent ones, like Basic 4 or Raisin Nut brand, both still ending up at a D, I believe, where they kind of hid the raisin a bit, and that worked okay for me. But then other times, like Raisin brand, you're gonna end up at an E. So we'll see how this goes. It looks like it's like the goo of a raisin, not the raisin itself. So maybe it won't have as much chewiness, which is like an aspect I don't really enjoy. So if that's the case, maybe this could be a little better. But let's just get into it. And it smells like, biscuit and raisin. So there is cinnamon. Okay, and ginger, huh? Yeah, this is a chewy filling of raisins. So yeah, like I mentioned, it's just a biscuit, pretty much. So you've seen it before. Okay. Okay. So I was right. Does not seem, at least initially, as chewy as normal raisin. So that's a plus. Still, don't think raisin is my favorite taste, but you can definitely tell there's that cinnamon and some spice in there to mesh with it a bit. It's not too bad. Biscuit wise, it's kind of like all the others, just very strong, sort of like wheat flavor. So it's pretty much what I expected. Like other biscuit cereals, the crunch isn't lasting super long here. And I'm actually finding that once it sagifies, the chewiness of the biscuit combines with the lesser chewiness of the raisin filling to become a little bit closer to raisin chewiness. Like still not quite there because that's like really chewy, but it is bringing the chewiness up a bit, not in a good way. So that's a bit of a bummer. All right, now it's time to test out the milk. Yeah, mostly biscuit flavor there. Yeah, pretty much getting zero raisin flavor in the milk, which, I don't mind. Turns out, Simply Raisin is simply, unsurprisingly, was not a huge fan of this one. I did appreciate the use of the spices to try to enhance the biscuit and raisin, just simple flavor. So that was nice, but I don't think it did enough to not counteract, but sort of bolster, I guess, the raisin flavor, like Raisin Nut brand or Basic 4 did, where they had other things going on, or coated the raisin. I think those techniques worked a little better. Though I will say, again, the sort of just filling paste version of the raisins was less chewy. So that was a win. That was good. If we could not have super chewy things in cereal, that'd be great. But then again, the biscuit, once it gets kind of sitting in the milk for a while, it's going to become a little chewy as well. So there are some improvements I think that this did to raisin cereals, but I don't think it was a major improvement. So what I'm going to do is give Kashi Simply Raisin an E. I think it's a higher E than a lot of the other raisin cereals in an E, like most of the raisin brands. But I don't think it's quite the D level that, again, Raisin Nut Bran and Basic 4 sort of were. I think those are much stronger examples of how you can get away with raisins in cereal. This one is unique, so it gets points for that. But I still am not real excited to go back to this at all. So I think that kind of drops down from fine to that sort of meh level. It would be cool to see more stuff try to mix up the texture of the raisin. That could be interesting, like this one did. So I guess that's the main takeaways. The points for creativity here, but didn't quite burst through the ceiling of raisin. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. In the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've had Kashi Simply Raisin and what you thought about it. I think it is a slightly newer Kashi. I don't remember seeing it when I picked up all those other ones on sale. So hopefully if you were interested in it, you've been able to find it. If you think I'm incorrect here and you think the filling version of the raisin actually did work really well and surpass something like the Raisin Nut brand where it covered it instead, you can let me know about that. Or if you think it's actually ruined raisins for you because part of what you like is the sort of chewiness of that texture, so you would put this even lower than Raisin Nut brand or Raisin Bran or any raisin thing, you can let me know about that too. But until next time, stay delicious.